what do you want me to do? Do you need help making this decision? Because I can't help you
Oh,
make this
okay,
decision
fair
for you, but
enough.
I can help you make like try to
Mm,
get to the bottom of what you want. Um, or do we
mm,
just want to make sure, because that was the topic, that
mm.
even though there are these decisions in your life and even though there's all these external things happening, that we can still find happiness within you. Like we can
I
still.
just want happiness because I know that I always manage to, but I just, I feel like I'm just a very impatient person. Like in my mind, I know, okay, once I, you know, have the internship or whatever, like the time is right, I'll be able to figure out. But I feel like right now I just hate the uncertainty because I've so far until this point, I always had a pretty good goal. Like I always knew what I wanted to study since I was 11. So I feel like that was for me like a safety net, but right now I don't have that anymore. So I feel like yeah, I think just how to be happy, not in terms of what to decide, because I don't want to rely on tarot for that. At least I want to keep it like like leave it to myself completely. I would say. So yeah, really just about how to be happy and
Yeah.
let go
Okay,
of control.
so what we've gathered, because you've said it a bunch of times, which is the perfect like opportunity to jump on this topic, is actually you said, once I have this thing. So like once I
Mhm,
have this once I've decided, I can relax basically. That's what the mind state is right now. Like once I have the certainty of what is going to happen, I can relax and I can chill and I
yeah,
can, and this is
yeah,
that's basically what most people have. It's like, oh, once I get out of school and like I find a good
yeah,
job, then I will be happy. And then you arrive at the job and you're not really happy, and you're just like, once I get the promotion, then I'll be happy. Like
yeah,
then I'll be in a good place. But that's not going to happen. And then you have the promotion, and you're like, now I have to work more hours. I mean, I'm getting paid more, but I'm miserable because I'm never home. So maybe I'll be happy if I like do something else. It keeps going. So
yeah.
that is not that cannot be the key to happiness. Having something external outside of you and trying to like always say, "Oh, once I have this thing, I'm going to be happy." That can't be the solution. So,
Yeah.
what is the solution? Um it's nothing external. It's nothing
Mm,
external, because all of these things that we've just talked about, they're all external. And how we find happiness is actually if we experience it internally. So, happiness does not equate to anything externally, to not anything that is outside of you. You always have happiness within you at all times, at all
mhm,
hours of the day, at any point in time. You have it within
mhm,
you. And if you know Buddhism, in Buddhism they talk basically
mhm.
they talk a lot about attachments. And
Yeah.
happiness comes from being attached to stuff, like yeah, having attachments to external things. External validation, needing external validation from other people, needing this job, like needing a romantic partner to tell you that they love you because you can't tell it to yourself. So needing all these external things to validate what you feel. But we want to validate ourselves. We want to give ourselves this happiness. So we want to say, even though I don't have this promotion, even though I don't have this job, even though I don't have this romantic partner, I can still be happy. I can
Mhm,
still love myself. I can still uh, experience the moment as it is, without having to think about what is going to be happening in the next 3 days or tomorrow or whatever. So, how do we do that? So, a lot of people, if you would ask them what is happiness, it's kind of hard to describe. Like a lot of people would just say like, oh, I don't know, it's a feeling. Like it's it's a feeling. I feel it sometimes. Like there's periods I feel like you can kind of say, oh, that was a happy time of my life, or that wasn't such a happy time in my life. Uh, Happiness kind of equates to peace in a sense. Like peace and happiness, they're kind of interchangeable. They're because when you feel happiness, you feel at peace, and when you feel at peace, you feel happy. So there's kind of because you have this inner calmness in you. Because if you would have certainty right now, you would feel calm about the situation because you would know what is going to happen. But you don't feel calm because you're not certain of what is going to happen. So when you don't feel calm, you can't feel at peace, you can feel happiness. It's kind of where we're at with the situation. So the trick is to try to detach from these outside things. So we want to detach from whatever's going on in your life. We don't want to put the focus on that. We want to put the focus on what we can control and what is in the moment, and we want to be present because we
Mhm.
can only truly find happiness in the present moment. We can't find happiness in the future. We can't find happiness somewhere in the past. We can't find happiness in our head constantly in our thoughts thinking through every single situation that could possibly happen. We can't find happiness scrolling through social media, distracting ourselves constantly because we can't deal with our own emotions. That is all things that that's all things that we're trying to distract ourselves with, so we don't have to be present. But usually that is also not when you're the most happy. You're not the most happy when you're scrolling through social media. You're not the most happy when you're trying to distract your brain constantly while listening to music and not feeling your feelings. That's not when you're the most happy. Usually the most happy times in your life are the most simple ones, where
Mhm.
you can be present in the moment, where you can appreciate the small things. Maybe it's a cup of coffee, maybe it's a cup of tea, or a walk that you take when you get up. it's
Mhm.
it's the simple things. So you're present when you're happy. So you want to get more present and try to appreciate the things that you already have. Because what you're doing is when you're thinking about all this uncertainty is, oh, again, I'm going to be happy when I have this thing. But you said that 3 years ago about another thing and you never arrived at that place.
Mhm.
So what can you be happy about right now? I want you to try and just do
Mhm.
this with me. What can you be happy about right now, Kitsune? Can you name just 3 things that you feel like you can be happy about?
The weather's nice right now.
The weather's really nice. What else?
My friends.
Your friends are awesome. What else you got?
I actually like my internship right now. They're very nice.
That's great. That's amazing. So you have great friends. You have a great internship, and there's sunny outside. The weather is awesome. Now for me, it's nighttime, but it was a sunny
I
day
mean, not for
today.
me either. I don't see you right now.
Yeah, but not right now. But the stars are beautiful. So there's some things that are really amazing. So
Mhm.
maybe at another day it was raining. You didn't have the sun. You would have for sure, oh, maybe I could have been happy if I had the sun. But I'm sure there were a lot of other things about that day that could have made you happy.
Mhm.
And it's really about what we put our focus towards, because if we keep focusing on these things that we can control or on these things that aren't there yet, like that make us crazy, if we keep focusing on that, we completely forget to be in the now and to just enjoy life. And that's what is creating this unhappiness, is because we're not present in life. And we don't allow ourselves to enjoy it because we're constantly thinking of other things. So
Mhm.
that is really how you can be more happy in life in general, is by being more present and making yourself more aware of what you already got. And there's always going to be people saying, oh, but for me it's different because my life, if you had my life, you'd be in a pretty bad place. Or if you had my head, like you'd be so anxious all the time, blah blah. If you look at me straight and you're telling me there's nothing that you can be happy about in your life, then you're full of shit, because the
Mhm.
fact that you woke up today is the biggest blessing. The fact that you get to live life is the biggest blessing. If you wake up every day and you have an apartment, you live under a roof, you have fresh water that you can just use. If you turn up no you know what I mean? That you can just
Mhm.
use. So you always have something to be grateful for. You always have something to be happy about. But you choose to focus on all these things that are
Mhm.
negative, that are not positive, that are not, that are causing basically stress or unhappiness. So shifting your focus, being present, being in your body, appreciating the small things. That is really how you
Mhm.
can be more happy.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And there goes my
That
yap.
is so that is so real. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, I need to be reminded of that. Yeah. I was just like, I was also upset that I wasn't able to really enjoy it so much just because I was really focusing on that one thing. Oh, I could not practice, just putting the IV. It's so, yeah, it's honestly so stupid. But yeah, I was just like, ugh.
Yeah. And then we're at reframing again. If there's one thing maybe that really bothers you and you're not immediately getting it, um I don't first of all, I don't think all your probably colleagues got it immediately either. It's probably not. if
Mhm.
if you're struggling with it, um I'm sure there's a bunch of other people also struggling with it.
Mhm.
Like, and even if there wouldn't be, I mean, it's like oh, if I frog in my throat. What the hell? I lost my point. Anyways.
It's okay.
So, jetzt muss ich mich sammeln. Warte mal kurz. Random as fuck. Hallelujah. Uh, so yeah, so say there's one thing that's kind of negative. I mean, then we have the art of reframing, so we can reframe that whole thing. We can just kind of say, oh, maybe I'm not getting it, but I'm going to get it. Like, there's no reason to be looking at it in a negative light. It's a decision, and happiness is not a feeling. It is a skill. It
Mhm.
is not a feeling, it's a skill. It's something that you learn by
Mhm.
making conscious choices of how like what to focus on, basically, like when to be present and what to focus on. And if you keep continuing to make the right choice, if you keep continuing to focus on the positive and focus on being present and being grateful, then you will be more happier in your life. And that's just a fact.
True.
So just like with a lot of other things, like a lot of people, just like discipline, for example, a lot of people think discipline is just, I don't know, it's just a thing uh that they do, or that they can, like, I don't know, they wake up one day and then they have discipline. It's a skill. It's a skill as well. Like it's a skill you have to learn, you have to work on. It's not something that you like wake up one day, oh, and you can do it. No. It's not like you have a skill tree and you put like you level up and then you can do it. No, it's like you have to continuously work towards it for a long amount of time. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
You know what else to say. I feel like I wanted to say something else, but I forgot.
It's okay. It'll resurface.
Maybe not today.
Maybe
We'll
not
see.
today.
Maybe not today. Yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
it, to be honest.
Yeah.